welcome to episode 2 of Knots to Know. I am your host. My name is Natalie, and you can find me on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, all as Detroit Knots. And that is KNOTS, if you did not know. We're here because I wanted to create a space where we talk about makers of color, crocheters to be exact, because I am all about crochet. No shade if you knit, if you want to watch and come along to the crochet side, that's fine too. But I want to introduce you to some people that I love, find some new people to love, and share it all, right? So, first I want to talk about a couple of questions that I missed from the last episode. And speaking of the last episode, so many comments. I love all of them. I tried to answer everybody, and I got a couple of questions. And I also realized I missed one from the Instagram post. So, one of the questions was, what type of music do I like? And I like all kind of music, except for some of this new age rap. I can't get down with that stuff. I'm good. I'm old school, and not like 30 years ago old school, because 30 years ago wasn't really that long ago. I'm talking 60s, 70s, 80s. Like that's the music I like. I like some of this new stuff too. It's cool. Just not the rap. No. And then somebody asked me about how I work with blank bags. So I basically block them. I block the blanks, and I use a stabilizer for the back, and then I cut them just like fabric, and I sew them up just like fabric, and that's how I make the bags. We are here to talk about makers, so let's get into it. The first maker I wanted to talk to you about is Brittany Garber from Not Bad Brit, and that is KNOTBADBRITT. You can find her on Instagram. You can find the links to all of her places in her Instagram account too, but I will link as much as I can below. She is the founder of the Makers of Color Collective, which is a database of makers of color. So we're talking testers, designers, dyers, tech editors, you name it. If you want somebody that's a person of color for those things, she got you. They're all there. Well, okay, they're not all there, but there are a lot there. So check it out. She put together a calendar, the Makers of Color Collective calendar, and it is full of knit and crochet designs by makers of color. She's currently out of stock, but we really want her to do this again. And for right now, you can find the 2023 calendar at some of her stockists. So check out her website to see who her stockists are and get you a calendar. Because some of my friends are in there. I was too busy to submit something, and I'm a little sad about that. But I got some friends in there, so please check it out. Okay. And Brittany designed some beautiful things, shawls, accessories. She has this pillow. I think it's called Mokebo. I don't know how to say it, but it is cute. And I am not even into like home decor, but you should check it out. It's very cute, and I think I want to make it for when I get me a new couch, because I ain't putting it on the crap that I have now. Right? Okay. So we're gonna switch things up a little bit, and let's talk about some of the stuff that I have today. At the end, I'm going to show you a bunch of yarn because I want to tell you about an event that I'm doing. I'm co-hosting, but right now I'm going to show you this one finished object. I have another one, but we're going to start with the first one. So if you follow me on Instagram, you saw the cowl. And if you saw the last episode, you saw half of the cowl. So it is a reversible cowl. So this side is simple stitch, and then underneath is that gorgeous texture that I showed you. I absolutely love it, but I messed it up. I don't know what happened. I was just crocheting along, and everything was fine, and everything was fitting. I knew I was going to have to go down a hook size for the simple stitch pattern because it's looser, you know. I was gonna have to do that. I gauge swatched and blocked it and all the things that you are supposed to do, and it still came out longer. But let me show you how this works. So you got this side. I really consider this the second side, but whatever. So then you take your hands, you reach in, and you pull it out, shake it out, and then flip it. And then you have another texture. And you can wear it either way. You see how much longer this is? So it was going to be a little longer just because it's done on the bias, right? So that was the purpose, to have the textures peeking out. But this went a little far. I'm not sure what happened. But I'm going to make it again. And then if it happens again, then I'm just going to roll with it. Like that's how it was supposed to be. But you and I know that ain't how it was supposed to be. Actually, everybody on Instagram know that's not what it was supposed to be, because I don't lie, and I told everybody. I messed it up, but it's still cute. So if my happy mistake turns out to really be a happy mistake and it happens again, then I will write it up. Okay? All right. Then let's talk about a next maker, because I want to kind of mix things up a little bit, right? So the next maker I want to talk about is Talia, and I am looking on my phone. So I do not know Talia's last name. I do know that her first name is Natalia, because Natalia. Anyway, her name is Natalia, and my name is Natalie. But anyway, she's also a gorgeous maker. She just crochets, not just. She only crochets. She might start knitting one of these days, who knows? But she is a bad crocheter, okay? So you have to check her out. You can find her on Instagram. She also has her own website where you can find all of her things. I encourage people that if you're going to purchase anything from someone, if they have their own website, to go to their website to make your purchases, because they get more of the money versus through other platforms. Other platforms have fees on top of the payment processing fee. So if you purchase from their website, then they just have to pay their payment processor, which is not a lot of money. And I know this from experience. Don't have a website yet. I'm working on that, so I'm just paying the fees. But check out Natalia. Her handle is Talia Crochet Creations on Instagram. And like I said, she has a website. And I want to show you, if I could put it up on the screen, I'm going to try that. I was going to try the screen cap thing, but I think I need to practice that first before I get into all those technical things. But I do know how to stick a picture in. Okay. I know how to stick a picture in, so we're going to roll with that. It is called the Strawberry Shortcake Tank, and it is cute. It is very cute. And I'm going to make that one of these days. I purchased the pattern when it first came out because I was like, yes. And then I never made it. But now I actually have some yarn picked out for it. So it's going to happen. It's happening for this summer. I'm going to have to find something to put over it because I can't wear sleeveless at work. But as soon as I hit the outside, it's coming off. Because I don't mind a little arm jiggle. Please check out Brittany and Talia. They're awesome makers. And I'll have all of their stuff linked below so you can check them out and you can love them as much as I do. Okay. Next FO. This is the FO that I was not going to show you the last time. That was a whip. But it's done now. And then I will talk about the event because it kind of goes with that. But I'm only going to talk a little bit about that until the end. So we all know that I'm obsessed with Tunisian crochet. I was trying to make it nicer. I don't know how to do that. I am obsessed with Tunisian crochet. If I can do it in Tunisian crochet, I will do it. I don't care. So, I am co-hosting an event called Stitch Up Chicago that is hosted by Michelle of Stitch and Hustle. I'll have that link below too. So there are only a few tickets left. Stitch Up is like a giant sip and stitch. Like, if you crochet, you want to learn how to knit, come, because there will be someone there to teach you. And not necessarily like one of the hosts, like other attendees. Like, everybody is so helpful, it's so nice, it's laid back. Nobody is like pressuring you to buy anything, but you get a whole lot of stuff. And if you decide to go and look at them later and buy it, that's great, because that's kind of how sponsorship works. And so there are workshops, right? So you get everything you need to make the thing. And I think there's like 3 of them. Don't get me lying, I probably should have had a piece of paper with all the stuff on it, but I don't. I'm getting the hang of this podcast thing, right? Of all the things I need to be like prepared for. Anyway, so I designed a cowl, and I started this a while ago. I didn't have any like real purpose for it. I was just kind of playing. And then this event came up, and there needed to be something for a workshop. So it is a double wrap cowl. It is a tube that you put together, but it is in Tunisian crochet. And I want to call this color work because it's not slip stitching. It's stranded color work. And like I said, it's a tube. It's the same thing on the inside, all around. When you're done with it, you seam it together all the way around. Now, the awesome part of this is that it is actually Tunisian crochet in the round. So you need a double-ended hook or 2 hooks with a cord attached in the middle if you have an interchangeable set. And I know this don't match. I'm going to put it on anyway. So you're going to get all of the yarn you need to make this and the tools you need to make this. And it is delightfully soft and squishy. And this is Mary Maxim Mellow Spun DK. And it blocks out beautifully. And yes, it is 100% acrylic. Just stick this right in your coat. Zip it up. Be nice and warm. I cannot remember the colors, but it's green and beige. And I like them together. So that is going to debut at Stitch Up Chicago with everything you need to make it. Oh, it's so squishy and warm. I think I'm going to wear this tomorrow. Okay. So Tunisian crochet in the round. You have, since I'm using 2 colors, I have 2 balls of color A, 2 balls of color B, and yes, they all get worked around together. You have 1 color or 1 ball for your return pass and 1 for your forward pass. And you actually, in this case, turn your work. And typically in Tunisian crochet, you don't turn your work. What you do with this? It's not hard. It's not. It's very easy. The balls can get a little fiddly, and you got to manage it a little bit. But the end result, you're going to love. And y'all got to start doing some things that are a little bit more difficult, okay? Or a little bit more challenging, because it's not difficult. A little bit more challenging. We're going to up our skills, okay? We're not staying in the same place. We're going to increase. We're going to increase, okay? All right. Now, let's talk about my whip. Okay, this has been a whip for a minute. because I put it down because I had all these other things to do, and I really want to pick it back up. And I'm only showing you this because it is literally the only whip that I have right now that I can show, because I'm working on something else that's secret. Anyway, this is, it don't even have a name. Okay, let me get it together. So I got some, that's blowing out. I got some merino and some mohair from Hobby. I don't know how to say it. But anyway, it's their fringe line, right? And so they were having this campaign where they needed people to talk about the yarn that they were featuring. So I got a bunch of merino and I got a bunch of mohair, and I was sitting on it looking at it like, what am I going to do with this? I had a completely different idea, and then I started this. And then I was posting about it on Instagram, but nobody actually knew exactly what it was, because every time I posted it, I was showing it going this way. But it's actually going to be a top that goes this way. Now, in me starting this, I realized that I didn't have enough mohair, because I don't usually work with mohair, so I'm not good on like managing the yardage. I know now I needed more. So I put a panel in the middle of just the merino, but mimicked the checkerboard. This is also stranded Tunisian crochet. I'm gonna let you see my floats. Now this isn't blocked, and it's not done. Like, I still need to seam the other side, put on the neckband, decide on whether or not I want to put some type of ribbing around the arms, and there will definitely be ribbing on the bottom of it. So it's kind of cropped, wide sleeve, boxy. No name, probably will not be a pattern, so please don't ask me. This is gonna be a just for me. But it's squishy and it's warm and it's not itchy, and I really like it. And one of these days I will finish it. It will be perfect for spring, and then great for fall as well. So I will finish this eventually. But if I am nowhere closer to finishing it, you won't see it again until I actually do finish it. That's that. Okay. Now, I did say I was going to talk about some acquisitions if I got any, right? So I didn't actually buy any yarn, but as a co-host of Stitch Up, there are perks. And the perks are, I get yarn from everybody who participates so that I can try it. So, have you ever heard of a yarn tasting? No, I know you haven't. Unless you've been to Stitch Up before, you don't know what a yarn tasting is. Let me tell you what a yarn tasting is. So, yarn tasting is where a group of indie dyers dye up the most beautiful colors on their bases, whatever bases they decide to bring, and you get to try them. You get to taste them. You get to swatch. You get to feel it. You get to squish it. And then you get little cards where you write down the composition of the yarn, color names, bases, whatever that you need in order to go back to these makers and purchase till your heart is content, right? And it's not like you sit at one table and there's one dyer and that's all you get. Nope. It's like speed dating. You get a certain amount of time at this table, so watch it up, feel it, squish it, all the good stuff. Move to the next table, try the next dyer, right? So they're talking to you. They're standing there. They're talking to you about everything they're doing. They're talking to you about their bases, their colors, their prices, all of the good things, right? You're getting to know this person because they are actually there. So it is not, oh, hey, person from Instagram, I like your colors. They are standing there. You get to talk to them. You get to know them. They will be there for most of the weekend as well. So you are really going to be able to get to know them. Now, in being a co-host, I got to pick the color that was sent to me. And if you know me, you know that I picked orange. I did. Let me tell you. Oh, all of this orange. I'm just like in orange heaven right now, okay? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I know of the dyers and show you the yarn. I'm going to start with my friends first because I have 2 friends that are actually going to be like people I know in real life and hang out with. So we're going to go first with Tasia from Pearly Trico. And they're tag cute. Oh, you can't see it. I'm like crazy. Anyway, look at this. I took it apart once. I'm not going to take it apart again. But there's just like... in perks to knowing dyers personally, I have requested a sweater quantity. I need this. Look at this. This needs to be... It needs to be a sweater on me. It does. It needs to be a sweater. So, Pearly Trico. This is called Orange Raspberry Shirley. I'm calling it mine. DK weights: 100 grams, 246 yards, 225 meters, 100% superwash merino, 246 yards. Now you know. You ain't getting no DK over 230. Okay, 246. Where's my girl? Okay. Jamie from M1 Yarns. I might need a sweater in this too, baby. Ooh. So she got me fingering weight. It's her lean, mean machine. It's an 80-20. So 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. To 100 grams, 400 yards. I think I might actually make a pair of socks out of this. I know we're talking about crochet. I ain't crocheting no socks. That is the one thing I'm not doing in crochet. Besides granny squares, we talked about that already. I'm gonna knit some socks. I'm sorry, I said knit. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. And both of these ladies are from Michigan, right here. They live real close. Like, I know where they live. And then we got Movers and Makers. So this is the house brand of Nina Chicago, who is also a sponsor for Stitch Up. That is where we are going to have our, before everything gets started, snackies and get together and shopping experience. Is the only time you're actually going to be able to shop is at Nina Chicago. They close the store down. It's private shopping. Now people off the street, all Stitch Up attendees. Look how bright that is. 1655 West Division Street, Wicker Park Sport. Now this is dyed by Creo. If you don't know Kristen from Creo, she will do some saturation, okay, baby? So, the Nina Chicago brand. So, if you were coming to Stitch Up, check it out. You gotta get that. So, since I said Creo, let's go to Creo. So, Kristen sent me a trio. Ma'am, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these, but I'm gonna do something. And here's the thing. Here is the kicker. They are non-superwash. And I thought I couldn't do superwash. I can do this superwash. It is 8515 merino wool mulberry silk. This is something that's going on my body. So I thought that I couldn't do non-superwash. I thought I was like highly allergic because any other non-superwash that I have touched has made me want to crawl out of my skin. And some things I can give away, like do a giveaway with. This ain't one, right? Because first of all, I stuck it down my shirt. I did. I needed it close to my skin in the most sensitive areas, you know what I mean. And I left it there. And I walked around my house for about 30 minutes to see if I was going to have any kind of reaction. I did not. So I'm keeping it. And it's going to be something for me. It's a trio: terracotta, monarch, rusty. Some kind of faded something. I got 3 skeins, and I think I'm going to make a top out of it. I think it's going to be a top, a short sleeve, something. Maybe it's going to be that top I never released that we ain't going to talk about right now. Okay. Distortion fibers. Now, distortion fibers I've heard of, right? So I just started following them. I know I made no mistakes. I just started following them because of this event. But I've heard of them before, right? I opened the package and was like, good God. Grungy pumpkin. Grungy pumpkin. Just look at, just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I think I'm going to try to get to know them real well too. It's me. It's so me. It's so me. I mean, they all are because I chose orange, so I know I was going to love them. Last but not least, I got some other stuff, but we'll talk about that at some other time. RMR. Okay. I had not heard of them before at all. But RMR Yarn Company is a family business, right? Sisters. They got together. The company is named after their mother. The yarn names are based on things that their mother would have liked or did like. She's passed on now. And it's like so very special. But let me tell you about this yarn. This yarn is so freaking soft. Sorry, I didn't mean to be aggressive. But this yarn is so soft. Like it is so soft. And this looks like an orange creamsicle. And I got 2 of them. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something. It really would have been nice to like share. And maybe if I hadn't asked for all orange, I would share. But I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry. But I'm sorry. I'll figure something else out if we do something like that some other time. 437 yards. 437. Superwash merino nylon. It is called Rocio. Is the base. The colorway is papaya. This base, it is so freaking soft. Like ridiculous. It's soft. Okay, now that I have waxed poetic about a bunch of yarn, which I know you understand, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be here. That's all I got. Put comments in where you put the comments at if you have any questions for me. If you want to know a little bit more about something. If I don't know, I'm going to tell you I don't know, but I will find it out for you. Last but not least, the elephant in the room, what I am wearing, because I know somebody going to ask me. This is the Camino pullover. It is Tunisian crochet. It is by my friend Lori from AK Lori Designs. This you need. Go check it out. It is Tunisian crochet in the round. Look at that. Look at that. And I use Neighborhood Fiber Co. I don't remember the name of the colorways, but I got it from Rhinebeck 2019. Specifically for this test, I went looking for yarn so that I could test the sweater. And it's actually making me want another one. And of course I got it because I know it might look a little red on the screen, but this is orange and can't nobody tell me different. My glass is red. The sweater is orange. And the color in the background is like this speckled gray with orange blips all over it. Gorgeous. So, go grab this pattern. Check out all those dyers. Better yet, come to Stitch Up. I'm going to put the link down there. Come and hang out with me. Learn some stuff. Stitch some stuff. Eat good food because all the food is included. Yeah. Have a couple drinks with your girl. All right? All right. See you next time.